Oh, hello there. Nice to see you again. So, week 2 pre-season is against the Saints, the New Orleans Saints. And we are very fortunate this week to be talking to a superfan from that neck of the woods. His name is Brian, but otherwise known as Signature Saint. Hello, Brian.
So, hi, Brian.
Hey, how you doing? How's it going,
Good to
Kat?
see you. Good to see you.
Good
Good to
So,
see you. You and the Big Easy
starting,
Mafia behind you.
yeah, starting the ball rolling. You're a super fan, and basically, you are known as Signature Saint. So, how about telling the people that may perhaps be listening or watching, why are you called Signature Saint?
Okay,
Sig for short.
Sig for sure. That's what everybody's calling me now. I was a good friend of one of the Super Bowl players, Robert Meacham, and he would always get everything autographed for me. And he had got me 3 jerseys done, and I had them hanging on the wall, and I posted it on my social media, and somebody broke in the house and stole everything.
Oh,
Now I've collected autographs since I was 2, 3, 4 years old. My great grandparents were original season ticket holders. But that happened on a Saturday. Everything was stolen. And on pretty much Wednesday, I think it was, Tuesday or Wednesday, he showed up at the shop and we were talking about it, and he kind of just said he'd get everything redone for me. He said, you never take anything to the grave. It's all, how do you
yeah.
put it? It's all just,
You can't take it
just
with you.
correct. He said, but he said, the only 2 things I can think to take to the grave is tattoos and plastic surgery. So I kind of ran with it.
Yeah.
And yeah, that Friday I was getting my Florida Lee done, and then it was a couple weeks after that I ran into a player, Lee Torrance, and got him to sign directly on my back with a Sharpie and got it tattooed. And now I'm up to 169 autographs like that.
Wow. So you've got 169 signatures, tattooed signatures on and around you.
All on my body, yes.
Cool.
Wow. Wow. And
That's
it all started from that one guy. And do you
yeah,
still
that's
use
quite
the
a commitment.
same tattoo guy that you used for that first signature?
Correct, yes. Yes.
Wow.
It's my buddy Dominic at Catahoula. Anytime I call, he's like, all right, I'm getting out of bed. All right, I'm on my way. Okay.
So like you have him, what we used to say in the old days, on speed dial, right? So
Correct. Correct.
so you've got him, you punch him in, and then he just does it. You do it the same day, right?
Absolutely. If I can't do it the same day, it's usually because like we did, I did one event in Biloxi, which was an hour and a half, almost 2 hours away from my house. And by the time it was a baseball game, but they also do the Saints Hall of Fame event
Oh.
right over there. And then the next day after that is the Biloxi Shuckers baseball game, and they usually have the Hall of Famers show up there.
Okay.
Usually by the time I get home, it's 12 o'clock at night. So he's, I don't bother him then, but it's 6 o'clock in the morning. I'm knocking on his door.
Wow.
Do you have to like cover him overnight, like put some sort of a thing over
Pink
it?
film or something. Yeah.
No, actually, I will sleep in my, if I get any on my legs, I'll sleep with shorts on. If I get any on my back or my arms or anything, I'll sleep without the shirt on. And the AC has to be extra cold so I don't sweat. No
Sharpies are
covers.
pretty good though, aren't they? Sharpies are quite permanent,
Yes.
if you know what I mean. So
Yes.
they're pretty good.
Unfortunately, down here in New Orleans, we get high temperatures and extremely high humidity. So the sweat does take its toll on some of them sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Do you
I
use the
suppose
same
just as long as
Sharpie
you've got the definition.
Do you use the same Sharpie every single time?
It's not the same. It's the same brand, same style, everything like that. So he can, the tattoo artist, he can use the same shading needle and shading tube and all that to make it look as close to the Sharpie look as possible, like the drag marks and,
Mm-hmm. Almost like
So
calligraphy, like how you have to have the blade, or not the blade, but
correct,
the tip. So
correct,
so
like a chisel tip.
yeah,
Like right here is the, I don't know how well y'all can see it, the
yeah.
newest
Yeah.
quarterback that we picked up. He used a different Sharpie that time, so it's extra fat, and some parts are skinnier and some parts are fatter. So
Well, that's good because then it makes them look more
Yeah.
authentic. If they were all exactly
Yeah.
the same, it would look Like it was
Mixes it
almost
up a bit,
fake.
doesn't it? Yeah,
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah, that's really cool. Well, I mean, I don't have any tattoos, so explain, like, did they have to use any special technique that they wouldn't use for a normal tattoo when they do the signatures?
On mine, he uses a certain shading needle, a certain shading tube for me. That way it makes it, it looks as close to that Sharpie as possible. He'll use those same tubes and needles, well, new ones, of course, on other people for different shading and for coloring and stuff like that.
Hmm.
But not too much, but each autograph, I mean, it only takes about 5 minutes per autograph,
That's
Wow,
good.
really?
That's really quick.
I,
depending on the pain tolerance the pain location.
Yeah.
yeah, which
Do you have
which
to?
one's been the worst for you as far as pain?
Actually, the last three that I got, they were, let's see, let me move this here,
Ooh,
here, and then one that was like right on the armpit. But usually
ooh.
your stomach and your chest, and the rib areas are real tender. And then of course, like your armpits and the pit below you on the other side of your elbow is kind of,
Sensitive areas. Yeah.
yeah, they're tender and
What does
painful
it have to
spots.
do
Some of
with
them.
like how close it is to the bone, or is it more like nerve endings, or what does it have to do with?
It's
Pain?
really
Both
the
of them.
nerve endings.
Yeah.
It has to do more with the nerve endings. I can't say about if it's closer to the bone or if somebody's got a lot more fat because I'm a tiny dude. I've been skinny all my life. I've been skin and bones, so there's not much meat on mine. So pretty much
Yeah,
every
me
tattoo is
neither.
close to the bones.
And you've
Wow.
got a lot of nerve endings that go down the spine and then come round both sides, don't they? Because if you
Yes,
get shingles, you can actually see the track of them and everything. Yeah. So
yes,
is
yes.
there any regrets? Are there any signatures that you kind of think, you kind of wish you hadn't got that one? Oh,
Not
that's
one
good
of
then.
them. Not
That's
one of
good.
them. As long as they've played in a regular season game, not a preseason game, because
Yeah.
those are the
They come
tryout
and
guys.
go.
They haven't quite
Yeah.
made the roster yet.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
Because of course I'm going for a Guinness World Record, but as long as they played in a regular season game, I'm fine with it.
Right.
Yeah.
There's been nobody that's kind of abandoned your team that everybody's pissed off at, and you're like, I wish I hadn't have gotten him.
Everybody keeps asking me about one player that is actually in jail right now for doing some horrible things.
All right.
I won't get into it, but Darren Sharper,
I
we'll
was
say
just
his
gonna say, I
name.
think I know who that player is, number 43 or
Exactly.
whatever, right?
Exactly. Everybody asked me. I'm like, no, thankfully I didn't. I was supposed to one day, but thankfully I didn't. I ended up, I think the Lord saved me. Yeah, like I said, I think the Lord saved me from that one. I went to go out to my truck. I had a flat tire. I put the spare on, and then I had a dead battery, and nobody jumped me off. So I
There you
missed the
go.
autograph session.
It was a sign.
Wow.
Yeah.
But so like
Correct.
what if something like that ever did happen? Would you try to get it removed, or would you just say, well, this is who it was then, and maybe,
No, it's once it's there. It's from what I hear, the pain to have it removed is 3 times worse than having it put on.
that's
So
what I heard.
And I suppose if the individual made the criteria that you
Right.
have, then it's all fair enough. So
I mean, I knew the
yeah,
man personally. I never thought that thought never even crossed my mind that was
Wow.
going on because, like I say, I
mm,
mean, I was working at a mechanic shop, which was a mechanic and rim shop that was literally. They have the Saints training camp. They have another small that was a baseball stadium, and then they had us.
Mm.
So they would drive around. All players like to soup up their cars, put expensive Forgiato Asante wheels on them, and I was working at the company for so long. I was one of the guys that they trusted personally. So
no, that's cool.
um, yeah, like I said, I
So
mean,
you
it
met a
was
lot
it
of
was
players.
definitely an experience to when I found that out.
Yeah, I would
So
say so.
how long ago? I mean, so your first ever signature, how long ago was it, and who was it? Can you remember?
I do remember it was Lee Torrance, October 21st, 2010.
Wow.
Wow, it's a long time
Um,
ago.
and then I really wanted it to be my buddy Meacham, Robert Meacham, because that's the one that
Yeah.
inadvertently gave me the idea. But he was actually signing 2 weeks. I think it was 2 weeks after that is where he was signing, doing a signing, session somewhere. So I left out of work to go rush and go get that one too.
Hmm.
Cool.
But yeah, like I said, I mean Lee Torrance and then Robert Meacham, and it just trickled from there.
Are there
This,
any areas? Are there any areas that you're not going to tattoo? You know,
Yes, yes, there is. Like my grandmother raised me pretty much. It was my mom and my grandmother in the same house, and my mom worked a lot, so my grandmother instilled a lot in me. She was never a fan of tattoos,
right?
I
but
can understand, yes.
she was on a process of when she was at hospice, at home on hospice. A few days before she passed, she said she actually told me. She says, you know, it's going to take off for you one day, but do me one favor: do not go from the wrist up and from the neck up. That way, if you have to dress up in a suit or if you have to dress up nicely, you know, or you're going around
Yeah.
people that are judgmental, nobody will judge you and nobody will see it. You can look presentable without it.
Mhm.
Oh, that's good.
So
That's
like
nice.
anything that would show if you were, say, at a funeral or in court or
A
something like that,
funeral,
you know,
court,
no
doesn't
neck,
matter.
no up, no up here and no face,
No,
obviously no hands.
So yeah, and doing that as respect of your nan. So that's nice.
absolutely.
So
Yeah,
we all love
he
our
said
nans.
Nan. He said Nan. What
Yeah.
did you call her?
I call her Moosey. Everybody when I was growing up started calling her Moosey.
That's so funny.
It started off, my grandpa would say, go to Granny Moose when I was young. And she didn't like the Granny Moose, but I dropped the Granny and put the E at the end or IE at the end. And it stuck. So everybody that knew her as Moosey, not as Joanne or Brian's grandma or anything. It was Moosey.
That is so
So,
cute.
Nice. Yeah.
It's really
yeah,
Nice.
great that you had a special relationship with her. I find that people whose grandparents were involved in their lives and raising them are good people. You know what I mean? There's something about the values that just trickle
Yeah.
down.
absolutely. Absolutely. I
Yeah.
mean, she's the one that taught me how to cook too, by the way. So,
Oh,
Wow.
yeah. Oh, that's really cool. Yeah, she's the one that made the roux.
yeah. So I miss getting hit with the Bruce spoon.
I need to figure out. I need to find one of these roux spoons. I need to see what they're
I
like.
can pick one up for you
I
over the
didn't know what
weekend.
I didn't know it was a thing, to be honest. So yeah.
They're like hand carved. They're like carved in a special shape.
Yes. Yes. Usually hand carved out of wood. So,
Okay. Right.
I'll get you one this weekend. Is there anything
Thank
else
you.
that
Yeah.
oh yeah, you've already told me about some other stuff you want me to pick up. So I'll be doing that in some shops and hopefully Brian here, Sig can give me some tips about some non-touristy things to do also when we're
oh,
Yeah.
doing
yeah.
that. Or
Well,
touristy.
New Orleans is a cool place, isn't it? I mean, we were very fortunate. I was very fortunate to go there a year or so ago, and I love the place. I mean, it's one of the best places in the States to visit, I think. So are you close to the stadium or
I am,
the
my front door, my driveway is 11 minutes from the Superdome.
God, that's
wow.
great.
So you could
Yeah.
literally see it practically.
Just about see it. I'm on the other side of the river. We have it's a big battle, East Bank, West Bank type thing. You know, I'm
Mhm.
on the West Bank side of the river.
And it's a big
But
river, isn't it?
yes,
I remember two bridges, two massive bridges. That's what I remember.
yes, yes, and they actually just for the Super Bowl, since it was here this year, they spent 20 million on putting lights on it that they can change different LED lights on it to change it
Nice.
up and make it look
Yeah.
so much better now. So
Yeah,
Wow.
that's
Yeah, that's
cool.
really great. Well, that's why they call it, I mean, for those who don't know, right? I mean, that's why they call it the Crescent City, right? Is the way the river, goes along
exactly,
the crescent.
exactly.
Yeah.
And to be honest, they call it the East Bank, West Bank, but I'm on the south side of New Orleans, and New Orleans is on the north side compared, so the way because of the crescent, the way it's shaped.
Hmm. Yeah.
So
So even though it's south and north, it's kind of called east and west, kind of like
east
the
and west,
Seine in Paris or something.
And I
Yeah.
correct.
suppose that as you're local, I mean, there was never any choice of, say, choosing an NFL team. I think the decision was probably made for you, was it? I mean,
It
because you're
it
resident,
did it wasn't because I'm a local to New Orleans. It's in my family. My great grandparents were original season ticket holders back in I think it was '67.
I was going to say
They were
66,
Wow.
67 is when they joined.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
they were original season ticket holders and we kept them in the family up until pretty much the pandemic hit.
It's a long
Wow.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
And now this
Whereas,
year is
I
my
mean,
first year of having them.
The UK fans here, of course, I mean, they're not tied. They can. It's amazing how people choose their teams because it can be literally the choice of the color of the jersey, or even the name, or even the logo. It's just
Yeah,
Right.
so
we did a
yeah,
study once, and 30% of the people that we, survey, it wasn't a study, but it was just a little survey I did, and 30% of people answering said that they chose their NFL team by color or logo. So, I mean, that's fair, right? I mean, they
yeah,
like purple, so they're going to be a Vikings fan. It's the only purple
yeah,
color, even, I
yeah.
guess. But or they like
Yeah.
the Southampton Saints, so they're going to be a New Orleans Saints fan or something
Uh,
like that. Sometimes it's their
uh,
soccer team.
you've got to have a sense of humor to be a Southampton Saints fan.
Oh, big time. Big time.
Yeah,
It's about I mean, one thing I remember, from the last couple of decades is, obviously Hurricane Katrina and the devastation and everything, but how the community came together and those Saints games that happened, right after. So tell us if you have any memories about that.
Um, let's see. Like I do know a bunch of the players that they came out, they helped do some cleanup and rebuild and stuff like that after Katrina. And I mean, we had, I'll say, the most electrifying game I've ever been to, or event period I've ever been to was the dome opener
Hmm.
when we played the Atlanta Falcons. You know,
Oh,
Steve,
well,
yeah, yeah, and Steve Gleason blocked that punt, and I mean, there was so much. I mean, that's the loudest experience I've ever been in.
mhm,
wow.
I've never
And
been in anything that loud in my life.
mhm. It was kind of
so
like they
that
were
was it.
just all getting together and like just letting it all out, after all of that
Absolutely, there was tears
emotion.
of joy, tears of excitement, tears because some people weren't, and that, a lot of season ticket holders kept their same seats year in year out.
Mhm.
Some people didn't make it through, so and then some people were transferred to other states and stuff, so they didn't come back. So it was
Yeah,
like
Yeah.
a
yeah,
new beginning to us.
Yeah, because
yeah.
you kind of get to know the neighbors, when you have season tickets. I mean, you're there. My dad had season tickets for, I don't know how many years here in Denver, and like he knew the guy next to him, like almost like it was one of his friends, because you're there every Sunday.
Yeah,
Mm.
exactly.
And such a cool stadium too. I mean, the atmosphere. I mean, I can only imagine what the atmosphere and the noise levels must have been like for that game. Then,
That
to
game, I don't. I'll be honest. If they would have had the microphones in there recording that, that would have been. I'm pretty sure it would have
record
been a world
breaker.
record for
Yeah, yeah. Sounds
indoors.
like it. Yeah,
Yeah,
I was
definitely.
incredible. I can remember I was very fortunate to visit it. And I can remember standing there and just looking up in awe. Just amazed. It was. So
There's a
yeah,
special vibe there. There's something about it. It's almost like you can feel it in the air.
yeah.
It just feels
Yeah.
different in
I'm
that
Yes.
just not
stadium.
used to seeing it completely closed over
The
and
big
everything. And it
dome.
just
Oh yeah,
seemed to go on forever.
they had to
Oh, it's
rebuild
incredible.
most of that whole stadium. I think pretty much was just the walls that were the same from prior to the Katrina, because I know the roof
Katrina.
had to get redone. All the seats had to get redone. Of
Yeah.
course, the field, everything inside, plumbing, electricity, everything had to
Good
get
God.
redone. So
Well, I guess it's a forced update. At least a lot of things got updated that probably needed it,
Yeah.
but still, that's really rough. And you know,
yeah,
are there any going back to the signatures? What are your most famous ones? Like famous players
um,
that we would know, and also your favorite.
I really the three most famous and also my most favorite, to be honest with you. I mean, one is Drew Brees. He signed, I want to say it
Horse.
was
Yeah.
March
Yeah.
of 2019. I actually left, walked out of shifts on multiple jobs to try to get that autograph. And when I finally did get it, I just told him, I said, look, I'm taking my lunch. I'm going to get the autograph. I went and got an autograph tattooed, and I was back in an hour and 15 minutes.
Wow.
And then he posted it on his Instagram. And that's when, you know, social media, news media, everything just blew up for me.
Wow.
Uh, and then we had mini camp, which was, I want to say it was about a month after that, which Gail Benson, she was riding in a golf cart riding back past, and I ran to the barricade, asked for the autograph. And she stopped the guy. She backed it up, and she's like, "Brian, right?" And I'm like,
Wow.
that was
Wow.
my first, because being around the players all the time, I really didn't get starstruck. But when she knew my name,
Mm.
and that was the first time, I was like, "Holy cow!"
Yeah.
Did you get
You
all
know,
speechless a bit?
correct. Really, I really
Yeah.
was. And
Yeah.
then the next one, and I'm gonna talk about is Steve Gleason himself. Also in 2019, he does Gleason Golf, which is a big fundraiser for ALS, because he's now a survivor, well, current survivor of ALS. As long as he has no movement with his hands or body control or anything like that. So I went up to his wife during that thing, and I was like, "Look, I know y'all are super busy, but I would like to do a stencil and put it on my body. Do you think he would give me permission?" And she looks at me, she goes, "He's gonna tell you absolutely not, but we can go talk to him anyway. Grab your Sharpie, by the way." And when we went over there, I was like, and I asked him, because at the time, I'm not sure if he can still do it, but at the time he was able to move his eyes at a computer, and the computer would talk to you.
Mhm.
And he kind of gave me the not no, but the HE double hockey sticks no, but give my wife the Sharpie and we'll do it right now. And she holds it in his hand, and I'll see if I can get it in here. The triple
Oh
G's with
yeah, I see
Oh
that.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
three right
Yeah, that's cool.
there.
Wow.
That must have hurt
They've
on the
duplicated
forearm.
his autograph. With him like that. She's made it happen. So it pretty much gives him quality of life. And yeah, I was crying on that
God, I
one.
bet so.
Yeah.
That's amazing. And just
So
for
what
our,
does ALS stand for?
I was just
Do
going
we
to say, for
know?
our foreign viewers, I think you call it motor
Yeah.
neuron disease.
Okay. Yeah, I relate to that. I know there are
Yeah,
that's quite there are some high profile, or were some high profile rugby players and things with motor neuron. I think it's linked with concussions and head trauma and things, I think. I don't
Yeah,
know.
we
But
used to call it Lou Gehrig's disease, back in the day, but now that nobody knows who
yeah,
he was sometimes because it's a long time
yeah,
ago. Now we just call it ALS, but
yeah.
you guys call it
So
something else.
it's a tough one. It's a tough one.
It really
Yeah.
is.
it
Yeah,
is.
it's really hard.
I saw something y'all were talking about yesterday, or I saw it yesterday while I was having one of my little temperature breaks here at the shop, and it's crawfish.
Oh, is it? Okay, yes,
It's
crawfish for
crawfish.
Okay.
you. Yes, and I did read that in the South it's crawfish, and so that's why when you read the recipes and stuff, it's crawfish. But I grew up saying crawdads. So that's what I said. And then for a while there, I was believing that crawdads were the thing I went down to the stream and caught and brought home in a jar. And then crawfish were the things that you eat. But that's not true. It's just that it's whatever you grow up, I guess.
Correct.
And I think
Hmm.
crawdads is the least used. So there you go. I'm kind of a weirdo.
Yeah, I think that is too.
Yeah.
So
I think they're kind of gross though. I mean, I remember how they
I love
smelled
them.
when
Yeah.
I got them home in the
I love
jar.
them.
And it was just, I don't know why I even did that.
I'd like to try them, but I'm allergic to all shellfish, so can't
Uh,
even think about it. Can't even
you
think
wouldn't
about
make it
it.
here in New Orleans for too long.
No. Well,
No.
I'll just stick with a chicken instead.
Yeah, it's not really authentic. It seems like if you have like a po' boy is best if it's a shrimp po' boy, isn't it? I don't know, maybe.
Shrimp or oyster. The three biggest ones that sell, well, four biggest ones that sell down here is the shrimp, the oyster, um, soft shell crab when they're in season,
Ooh.
and then the roast beef.
So what's the
Ah,
crab season? How long is that?
It's usually, I want to say it's about 5 months. It's
Oh
usually
wow.
when, yeah, I mean, shrimp is year round.
Yeah, right.
Shrimp is year round over here. My favorite, honestly, I like crabs better than I do crawfish. If I'm having a boil or something like that, I would prefer the crabs, because when you have crawfish, it's so quick for people to peel them and stuff their face. They're not talking, not
yeah.
having any, you know,
Yeah.
exchange of words. It's just, let's get done with the food real quick, and then everybody wants to go have their food called.
Even I, with English cooking and stuff, I started figuring out how to do a roux, and I was amazed the difference that it makes to the taste. It
Correct.
was incredible, incredible. Yeah. So
Do you
I've
do you
yeah,
cook a
actually,
lot? Brian, do you cook? You need to cook a lot?
I've worked in 4 fine dining restaurants, and I was a chef at
Wow.
one, and I could not. I still to this day cannot make a roux properly.
Mm. They said you can't leave it. You have to continually,
You have to
and it
stay
takes a
right there
while.
on it and keep stirring it, and I cannot properly make a roux. My grandmother, she was 5 star, multiple places. She's
Wow.
learned how to. When my grandfather was in the Army or the Air Force, I'm sorry, they were stationed all over the US, Korea, Germany, and she learned how to pick up cooking from all of those places. So she was an amazing cook. And that was the one thing she would always hit me with, is that roux spoon every time I messed it up.
Oh, that is funny. That'll get you cooking your roux right, won't it?
I still couldn't do it right.
Since this is Cuppa with the Captain, let's talk about our beverages. I have a coffee here. I'm a coffee drinker in the morning, and we all know what the Captain drinks.
Cup
Cup
of
of tea.
tea.
Yes. So, Brian, what is
It's gone a
your,
bit cold. It's gone a bit
yes,
cold, and I have to
yes,
drink through a straw because
yes.
otherwise my face will fall off. So
So like, what's your morning drink of choice, Sig?
Depends on what time of the year it is. If we're in wintertime, I like my strawberry Nesquik on my way to work. You
milkshake.
know,
Yeah.
and if it's the summertime, since I can't have the milk because of all the heat we have, it'll go sour on you. I will
Mm.
drink vanilla frappuccino.
Oh, yes, yes, yes. That's what Starbucks had in mind for people like you that are not like supposed coffee drinkers, that they're like, well, we can get
Yeah.
you
I
anyway.
like a
We know they like
frappuccino.
sugar.
It's very sweet.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. That's
Yeah,
why.
Yeah.
yeah.
And really
I was saying the other day that I think there's a coffee gene, because I mean it's something like, either you like it, or either you love
yeah.
it or you
I
don't
could.
like it at all. And it usually
Correct.
only kicks in like when you're older. I tried it. I worked at Winchell's Donuts like when I was 16, and I was bored at the night shift, and I tried every way. I tried it with cream, without cream, with cream and sugar, just sugar, whatever. And I could not get myself to drink a gulp of the coffee. But then when I turned 18 or 19 and was doing, full-time school, full-time work, I needed the caffeine, and then I fell in love with the taste. I drink decaf now, but because I love the
Mm.
taste so much. So it's like I have the coffee gene. But I have two,
Yeah.
my
It doesn't.
siblings did not get the coffee gene. And so it just
No.
depends upon what
Doesn't bring me joy. Whereas tea, I think it's because I'm addicted to it, let's be honest. But I mean, I can have a cup
caffeine.
of tea, drink a cup of tea, and it could be a case of just, ah, you know, just,
Now,
just like getting into
I
a
do
hot
keep
bath for the first time.
iced tea in the refrigerator at home for when I get home from work.
I must
Uh,
try that more, especially when I'm in the States. I must try and embrace iced tea because it's big over there, isn't it? Iced
Very
tea is
big.
probably bigger than hot tea,
Them
isn't it?
hot
So
tea.
Oh, way
yeah,
Yeah,
bigger than
it
hot
is.
tea.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Especially in
yeah.
the South. I mean, I had a sister living in the South, and she was the one that told me or taught me that you can't just put some sugar in, the cold tea and it be, sweet tea, because it has to be on the stove or whatever. You have to bake, you have to heat the sugar in to the
Where
tea
it'll
to make
melt
it true
into it.
sweet tea.
Yes.
Yeah. I
Mm.
was like, all that trouble,
It
just for this? Is it really that much better? But I guess to them it is.
is.
Well, Ted Lasso called it just brown water, didn't he? I think.
I think tea is
So
brown
yeah,
water.
yeah,
It
yeah.
tastes like a wet paper bag, is what they said also on that show. And that's how I felt. I'm like,
Each
this tea
each
business,
to
yuck.
their own. Each to their
Ugh.
own.
Yes,
But
exactly.
I think I've said before that and you may I make reference to it quite often, but in the army we used to call it cough tea, and that was because basically out on exercise, the cooks would come out with, say, a hot brew, and you really didn't know if it was coffee or tea. You just couldn't tell. So, but it was, as we say, warm and
Gross.
wet and sweet. So, at 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock in the morning, it was still a good thing to drink. Yeah. So
I
cough
guess
tea.
if you really need the caffeine. So you have Big Easy Mafia in the background. So tell us a little bit
Yes.
about that.
It's actually a super fan group that I'm in. We do a bunch of
Oh,
watch parties.
nice.
They have chapters in Texas. They have chapters in Mississippi. They have one actually, somewhere around by you, Captain.
Wow.
Well, there
I'll have
were a
to.
lot of people that were Saints fans before they were Jacksonville fans because Jacksonville only joined 30 years ago. I say only, but people our age, we were already 30. So there you go, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a young team. Yeah.
hmm So what do they do?
Yeah.
Well, we do watch parties at different bars for away games, bars and places. We do some charity work. A lot of it's been like fundraisers lately. Like last
Oh,
season,
cool.
uh, last season we did one for a family that their trailer caught on fire and burnt down. So at one of the watch bars, we did little, raffles and stuff like that. So had a few
Oh, that's
autographed items
nice.
that we did to try to
Yeah.
get help for the family. We've done some sponsoring of cancer kids that are in St. Jude,
Awesome.
and got some donations to them and stuff like that, game systems and whatever we could, really.
Nice. Yeah, I can relate to that. I mean, that's very much what I'm passionate about doing. So yeah, that's cool.
And then
Really,
also ESF, I got your name actually from Tiffany over there. So are you part of that? Are you part of the Elite Sports Fans
The,
group?
the EF Elite Super Fans,
Yeah.
ESF.
hmm
Yes, yes,
Okay, cool. Yeah, it's
yes.
cool. Yeah.
anti-bullying and it's all about, helping charities that help with bullying and stuff. There's just too much of
Mm.
that in life. And
Absolutely.
Yeah.
you're,
Yeah.
Absolutely.
you seem
It's
like
making a
us. You're kind of like
difference.
live and let live, spread good vibes, good feelings.
That's how I am. I mean, if there's negativity going around, I usually try to, as they say, exit
Just
stage left.
brush it off. Yeah. Yeah.
Try to brush it off, let it go as much as possible. But
Yeah.
when you start messing with kids and we'll say sick people or somebody that can't stick up for themselves, I'll step in. You can back down on that.
Yeah. Older folks.
Yeah, that's
Correct.
good.
Correct.
Yeah. Respectful. Yeah.
That's really good.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah. So do you guys
I mean,
you just get together and you have some big watch parties and do you have a big online group too as well? Like,
The Big Easy Mafia has over 100,000 followers.
oh my God.
wow. And let's be
Over
Wow.
honest. I
100,000
mean,
followers worldwide, which is surprise. I have met some of the most amazing people through the Big Easy Mafia
Mhm.
and through ESF also. Well, say like I say, I've got my buddy Lewis, who's out there, not far from you, Captain. He comes down for New Orleans, for Mardi Gras and French Quarter Fest every other
wow.
year.
Yeah, that's cool.
I have some other friends, Bruce and Laura, that are from Australia that they fly up here every few years. And, like I say, I've met people from all over doing.
Yeah, that's really good. I get the impression, I mean, Saints fans always seem to be really going for it in terms of bling, in terms of sparkle, and I mean,
Especially
they
your
seem to
ladies.
really make an effort. Yeah,
Mhm.
which is really good. They're
Black and
one of
gold.
the fan bases which seem to make more of an effort, than others. I don't know if that's my imagination, but I mean, that's the impression I get anyway. So yeah,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, and speaking of Australia and so on, do you have plans for an international game at some point? We'd love to see you if they come out to London again or something.
I would absolutely love to. If the Saints go back, unfortunately this year I had to spend a little money on a double hernia surgery. I was saving up to be able to go on an overseas game, and I ended up with a little bit of a hernia this
Oh,
year, which was also strangely enough, it was the day before the rookie crawfish boil.
oh yeah. Yeah.
And yeah, they wanted to do surgery the same day. I'm like, wait a minute, is this something that I can postpone for just a little
Yeah.
while? They're like, what do you mean? I'm like, because I got to get tattoos and crawfish tomorrow. I got to meet the Saints rookies.
Yeah.
And the surgeon was like, wait a minute, you sitting over in section 107. I'm like, yeah, how do you know? He goes, because I'm row 18 and you're 14. I didn't recognize you with work clothes on.
Oh yeah, and without your
That
mohawk.
old chestnut.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm sorry for the hair down today, but
Yeah, no, that's okay. We're having pictures on the screen of you so people,
But in terms of
can
the
see.
hernia operation, the most important thing was it keyhole or did they slice any of your tattoos at all?
well, they got real close. That was one thing I begged them. One thing I begged them. They did it. I think the word is laparoscopic.
Yeah.
Robotic is what I know. They had
Okay.
they had the
Cool.
robo surgeon come in and do it for me. But I mean, I have two incisions right near some of my autographs, and then one right near the belly button, the umbilical cord,
Right.
and they went in that way. So I mean, when I actually came to, they didn't use stitches, they used the super glue. And they had the super glue all over one of the autographs, and I was in anesthesia and I was mad.
Oh,
I was furious. I'm like, you cut through it. He goes, no, no, no. Let me show you. And he showed me a picture. He's like, I know because it was so close. I wanted
Yeah,
to take
that's
a
good.
picture and
That's
show
good.
you. So I was like, whew.
Do people make, do they make themselves know to you even more because they know who you are because you're a personality now in your own right. You're famous, you know.
I still look at myself as just a regular guy.
Yeah.
Just
But
on
do people come over and want their photograph taking with you and stuff at
all
the
the
games?
time.
Yeah,
All the
that's
time.
nice.
Like over the weekend was my mom's birthday, the same day as the Saints game. So I was at Winn-Dixie, Walmart. I'm sorry, I was at Walmart getting some ice and some drinks for the barbecue we were doing for my mom. And there was a lady. She was like, "Wait, are you the Saints tattoo guy?" So I kind of had to hold my arm up and show her. And she's like, "Oh my goodness, my grandma loves you. Can we get him?" I was like, "Absolutely. Come on
Yeah,
around and
that's
get your
nice.
picture."
That's
So
you'll do
nice.
anything
Yeah.
for someone's grandma. That's so awesome.
absolutely,
Yes,
Yeah, it's nice
that's
to be
that.
appreciated.
Yes,
Yeah,
that's
that's
absolutely. I mean,
great.
nice.
it feels great. Like I say, to me, my eyes, it's a lifelong scavenger hunt. You know,
Mm.
that the prize to me is to see the player's expression on their face when they
Yeah.
see my back and they see everything, and they see this, and then I tell them a little bit about it. That's the joy I get. Also towards the autograph and the tattoo session, but
Right, right.
you know,
I just have do you have Archie Manning at all?
I do,
Oh
I
wow.
do
Let me
actually.
see that. That's the one I
Um,
that's the one I grew up with. Oh my God. Oh,
he's
that's
right up over
amazing.
here. I got him 2021. I want to say right
Oh
after
my
the
God, that's
tournament.
awesome. Yeah.
It's a full on shot. I don't know if
Wow.
that's
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh. I was going to ask you for a full on view here. Wow.
Let me move the chair real quick.
Yeah. Oh
Yes, I don't
wow.
know how well y'all can see through the
No, we
computer,
can
Yeah,
but
see
yeah.
the
We can see.
fleur de
Yeah.
lis and yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh
got
my,
Dalton Hilliard.
yeah.
Dalton Hilliard. I've got Archie Manning.
Wow. You
Uh,
still got plenty of room. It looks like you still got some room.
Yeah. Yeah.
I do have plenty of room, and my artist, tattoo artist, actually, I was talking to him last night about it. You know what happens when I run out of room? He says that's when we go to the black light responsive ink.
Okay.
Okay.
Wow.
So
So you can
There's
go
always an
then I
over
can
answer.
other.
just then I can kind of double it up, and
Ah,
most people won't see it until we hit. I go into
fluorescent
a
light.
club with a black light, put a
That would be
black light
cool.
over it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If there's any charitable causes and stuff that are passionate to you, I'd love to at some point do what I can for them as well. So, I mean, yeah, at some point you'll have to have a think about that and let me know. And as I say, we'll see what we can do at this end because I'm always looking for um, to do good somewhere. So
When you're able to help somebody else, to me,
yeah,
that's really what, in my eyes, makes a super fan a super fan. It's not
yeah,
just because of their fandom for their team,
no,
but them able to give back to the community, give back to somebody that needs and stuff like that.
yeah.
Yes.
It's just even if it's just taking time with one, just a kid or just having a conversation and just spend time with them, whatever. Yeah,
I do
it's a great
love. I
thing.
do that. That was one of the things that I touched me because, like I say, when I became a super fan, I didn't really know much about it. I collected the autographs for so many years, but as soon as I got my outfit and I went to like two or three games, I started getting phone calls from Children's Hospital.
Nice.
Ah,
Would you
nice.
come in and like to do a couple, come and meet a couple of the kids and tell them your
Oh
story and
yeah,
stuff like that. And, that being able to go in and meet the kids and stuff like that means a
yeah.
lot.
I mean, this crazy character, this crazy cat. For some reason, I don't know why, but the kids love it. And
Some of
I
them.
mean,
Some of them are a
vi
little scared,
but
but
it's V for Victory in Jacksonville. At one point, I think they want me to go to a children's hospital and read stories, and I would love that. I mean, I would really love to do that.
yeah, yeah.
But so yeah,
That's what it's all about, isn't it? It's what you think you
yeah,
can help and stuff. And if this vehicle of being the super fan helps you guys help others, That's so cool. 'Cause
Absolutely.
not
Yeah,
everybody
that's
has a
good.
ton of money they can donate themselves. It's just so cool to catch up with you, and I can't wait. I'm gonna have a parting gift for you, so I will definitely be seeing you like this Saturday with my daughter. So
Yeah, I'm
we'll get
envious. I'm
together.
envious. I'd love to be there.
Yeah, I'll message you privately after, but it's just been so cool. I feel like I have a contact in New Orleans now, so I'm very
Yeah.
excited
Absolutely.
about it.
Yeah.
And maybe the captain's socials can broadcast a little live thing from there, like with some of the Big Easy Mafia. That'd be kind of fun.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You took
I'll-
my hat. I've been
I
looking
do.
around for my hat.
I've already packed it, sorry, but I've got your hat that I'm going to be wearing. So that's how you'll know me. It looks like this, except for it's his hat. It's black.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, cool,
Cool.
Brian. Thank you so
Yeah.
much.
Thank
You've
you.
been
Thank
such a
you.
No
good
problem.
sport. It was great
Yeah.
meeting you.
Yeah.
No problem.
So we'll speak to you soon, and I hope to see you very soon.
Absolutely.
Yeah. All right. Take care.
Bye.
Cheerio.
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 Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.